In this video we return to Hinderclay to see how they bury the power cables, and John literally flies round me in circles.
My name is Tim Palmer. I fly a Jodel DR1050 out of this farm strip in East Anglia.
This was the Sunday after the Boxted, Monudon, Suffolk struck fly-in. We'd asked Terry how the work had got on burying the electric cables, which we knew had been planned for the winter, and the ones that had run across the runway. I'll put links now to previous videos on the screen and in the description below. Terry said, well, come across and have a look for yourselves, which is exactly what we did. I knew that John was fairly close behind me, so you can probably just make out the fact that I'm actually making a call to say that I'm going to land long to give him some room. Because of this, you can actually see that I'm very, very high above the trees, and you can't really make out what would have been the problem with the old cables. The runway is very, very long, and I gave him far too much room, but on the other hand, better safe than sorry. We had a close look at the trench. John had a chat, and then when he came across, we had a very nice warm drink. You can see the clouds are bubbling up. It was actually threatening, so we didn't stay for too long.
Cameras are rolling.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you, fine.
Yeah, my sat nav ain't working, but I don't suppose it makes too much difference.
Okay. Well, that was a fairly interesting little wind shear type thing. I am talking, I am recording. I'm not 100% sure, I'll have to wait and see what happens when I do the edit. But I do believe that because we left in a little bit of a hurry, and it shouldn't be a reason. I know I did all of my aircraft checks, always do all of my aircraft checks. But in terms of my recording of my flights, I had the radio or the Sony recorder on, but I don't think I actually pressed record. So I'm passing in front. Got to be a little bit aware because Rattleston is over there, and they probably will be flying. We've definitely...
Northward traffic, Golf Sierra Juliet, Papa India, positioning for 28 left, 28 left, northward
We've
traffic.
definitely had some very strange conditions, that's for sure, the last couple of days. It's funny, it's quite bright, but I know that by putting my sunglasses on, it's not actually going to help much. Not quite sure what we're flying over. It's an old base, that's for sure. I might have to look up that later on. And then there's grass cross strip over there. I think I've seen that before when we've gone into Rougham, because that over on the side there,
Top Maple Farm Golf Charlie Delta Golf Romeo.
we're now lined up with Rougham's runway. Sometimes you just want to sit and watch the world go by. We'll try a little bit of carb heat. I've got Watersham over there. And yes, I have. I can see it. And there are gliders on the runway.
Big field, Golf Oscar Foxtrot India Tango.
So make sure we give them a quick berth. Interesting enough, just before I saw it, oh no, he's over there. I saw John and he was coming that way, and I thought, okay, and I tracked where I thought he was going to be, but then he'd obviously done a 180 because he's over there doing another 180 to come back at me. I'm doing my usual steady eddy. You'd thought you could see Sudbury better than this. I think I can see in the it's a bit misty that way. Maybe we are flying back towards some rain. I don't necessarily need to unlock it, but I just wanted to make sure that it was working. I'll just do a little bit of a film of what we're doing. Just over 90 knots. Try and do this one fairly slowly so that you can take on board what it is. Our trusty old Sky Demon. I know that I have had a couple of grumbles about Sky Demon and Pilot Aware not talking to each other. But if I'm absolutely honest, it's not so much them not talking, but me not using it properly. Because what I hadn't done is I hadn't set up the local network on the settings. So where you go to Wi-Fi and you have to put in the link to Pilot Aware, I hadn't done. So therefore it was never ever working. And before that, and I can't remember whether I filmed it or not, I did make a mistake, because when I had my new 16-digit passcode for next year's version of Pilot Aware, I managed to put a D in instead of a B. So, 16 digits, one letter makes a big difference. Going over the top of Lavenham now. It's amazing to think that if you really did have a time machine, it would have looked. Yeah, John's over there, you're not going to pick it up, but Sudbury's there.
Traffic, Golf Bravo, India, Alpha Papa, approaching the overhead 2004, right-hand circuit on 215.
We've got a little bit of rain on the canopy.
Traffic, Golf Oscar, Whiskey is right downwind, runway 21, full stop.
It was strange, when I started editing Boxted Monument, didn't realise just quite how much it had been raining. Enlarge that just a bit. In fact, I enlarged it too much. It's flagged up that Cuckoo Farm is down there. Oh yeah, I couldn't see it because it was at an angle.
Traffic, Golf Oscar, Whiskey, turning 1 mile.
Cuckoo Farm has now passed under the wing.
Thanks for the traffic, Golf Alpha Papa is turning right-hand downwind, 15.
Okay, McCricket down there. Yeah, suddenly got quite sort of rough. Oh, 2 gliders, according to this.
Echo Hotel, what's your present position?
Echo Hotel is approaching the Dragon, coming in from that direction.
Joining over the top from the north.
Traffic 2 kilometers, 500 feet above.
Nayland traffic, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel is overhead descending dead side, Nayland traffic.
Golf Echo Hotel, I am also over the solar panels, not visual with you at this point.
I got contact with you, yeah, I'm on your tail.
Traffic 11.5 kilometers, 4.
Well, looks like we've got another tailwind landing. Well, we should be getting used to those by now, shouldn't we?
Silent traffic, Golf Jodel Bravo final. Delta traffic, Golf Bravo, Golf November, you're on backtracking runway 23.
Leyland traffic, Golf Echo Hotel, final contact 1 ahead. Leyland traffic.
That chucked me over the trees, Tim.
Well, that was about right in terms of power management. Well, just worked out okay. Yeah. Didn't need to add any, didn't need to brake hard. But here we are, back again. If it was a video, well, hopefully you enjoyed it. The usual sort of things. If you liked it, hit that like button. Please leave me a comment. Comments are probably the most important thing for me, actually, because it's nice to get the feedback. If you haven't subscribed, then please do, because that's important as far as YouTube is concerned. But the main thing is, hopefully, you'll join me again next week for another video.